Hello everybody! Chelsea have beaten Panathinaikos 4-1 in our second Conference League game of the season. We move up to first in the ECL table. The goals came from Felix in the 23rd minute, Mudryk in the 49th minute, Felix getting a second goal in the 55th minute, and Kun scoring a penalty in the 59th minute. And Panathinaikos get one consolation goal in the 69th minute by Pelistiri. I'll start with some stats. For possession, we had 60% possession to their 40. Our XG was 2.42 to their 1.18. We had 14 shots with 9 on target to their 8 to 3. We had 4 big chances to their 2. We had 1 big chances missed, and so did they. We had 619 passes to their 414. We had a 92% pass accuracy to their 84%. We had 6 corners to their 5. We had 17 fouls to their 8, and each team got 1 yellow card. For the lineup, we went with Jorgensen in goal, Disasi and Cucurella were the fullbacks, with Badiashile and Vega being the center back pairing, which I'll talk about that in a second. Enzo and Dewsbury Hall were the midfield, with Mudryk and Neto on the wings, Joao in the 10, and then Kun at the 9. This was a really good game. We were a bit shaky for the first 20 minutes. Panathinaikos were really putting the pressure on us. I thought they were creating some good chances, and Jorgensen made one match-defining save in the second minute of the game. A cross went in from Panathinaikos, and it was headed down and was very close to being a goal, and Jorgensen made an incredible save. And if Panathinaikos scored that could have completely changed what this game could have been, because the fans could have gotten behind them, the players could have gotten more confident, our players could have been a bit shaken up, and anything could have happened from then. But in the 23rd minute, Mudryk assists Joao Felix off of a brilliant play, starting with Dewsbury Hall, who switches it out to Joao Felix, who does a back header to Mudryk, who was running down the wing, who then runs through, gets a good pass into the box, and Joao Felix scores the goal. And after that point, we really had control the entire match. We never were really under too much pressure. There was times in the match where I thought, okay, maybe now we're going to drop off. Maybe now we're going to let the pressure on. But no, the whole game, we completely controlled it. There were times, a lot of times, where Badiashile would just hold the ball and just wait there. He had his hands on his hips, just kind of foot on the ball, just kind of standing there, waiting for them to come to us, and then he would pass it through them. And our passing play this game was brilliant. I mean, there were a good 10 or 11 times maybe where we just completely passed through their entire team and created an attack. And Enzo Maresca has changed this team, because last season, honestly, this match screams like it would have been a 2-1 win with a 90th minute Conor Gallagher winner. Like, this would not have been a comfortable game for us. And we completely dominated this game. You even can see it in the stats, but we were just overall dominant. Our passing play was brilliant. We're playing such good ball, and it's so fun to watch how good we are. And Enzo Maresca has just completely changed this team. And it's not just mindlessly passing it back and trying to play it down the wings, maybe in hopes someone could get a good pass off. No, it is consistent, playing it out the back, getting it into the midfield, and creating attack through the passing. It is incredible. I also thought this was interesting. So in the lineup, Vega, I thought was going to be starting as a fullback, and Cucurella was going to be moved to right back. But no, Vega was starting as the left center back, and when Cucurella would invert into the midfield, Vega would move over to create the back three, and I thought he played really well at that left center back role. He looked really comfortable, didn't look any different than he has all season, so you can add even more depth to that center back position. I also think, I've said this before, we control games a lot better when Cucurella is the fullback that's inverting. His just like ball knowledge and like where to be and the runs to make, he's just the perfect inverted fullback. He's honestly probably one of the best left backs in the Premier League, if not the best. That's up for debate, but he is incredible, and he's even better inverting. And the runs he makes to connect the midfield and the attack, you would think he's been playing DM his whole life, but no, he's been a left back. I did find it interesting that Cucurella started. That was a bit of a surprise, but maybe it was because he was suspended against Liverpool and wanted to get some minutes, so we played him here. I am wondering if he'll play against Newcastle, because we do have 2 games in a row coming up against Newcastle, this weekend in the league and in the midweek in the cup. So I would like to see him start against Newcastle in the league, but I also think we should maybe start our strongest 11 in the cup game as well. So it's interesting to see who will start in that game. But he plays a full 90, and he looked amazing the whole match. Now, the 2 players that were my favorite players to watch this whole game, Mykhailo Mudryk and Joao Felix. They were incredible. Joao Felix was really good at just kind of floating around on the left side of the pitch. He would kind of float into space or just kind of move out. He would drop deep, and he was really good at switching the ball to Pedro Neto on the wings to build up the play. And he just knew where to be all the time. And on the ball, he was dribbling through players. He was getting good passes off. He scored 2 goals, and he had a really great game and showed that he deserves to be playing in the Premier League. And maybe not starting, but coming off the bench, he deserves to be getting minutes, and he is a game changer. And I've always rated Joao Felix. I've seen this, so it just makes me so happy to see the talent that he has being shown. And as for Mykhailo Mudryk, the man of the match, a goal and 2 assists, he was one of, if not the most attacking threat the whole game. He was arguably the best player on the pitch. I thought Pedro Neto was really good as well, who I'll talk about next, but he was incredible. His decision-making has massively improved, which is something we've criticized pretty much his entire time at Chelsea, and he looks completely different in the Conference League this season. His passing, his choosing when to shoot, his choosing when to pass, his choosing when to take on his man, he is massively improving, and I just hope that we get to see the potential that he has, because he is a great player, but his decision-making has just never really been that great. I just really hope we can see him at his full potential soon. And he probably knows Jadon Sancho is ahead of him for the Premier League games, so he has to do his absolute best in the chances he gets, and he's done that so far. He gets a goal, he gets 2 assists. I said in the match preview that I wanted Joao and Mudryk to contribute more. Mudryk gets a goal and 2 assists, Joao gets 2 goals. That's exactly what I wanted. The last thing I'll talk about is Pedro Neto looked world class. He was incredible, and he's making a massive case to start over Mudryk in the Premier League. I'm not saying you should drop Mudryk. I think Mudryk's been great. There were a few games where I thought he was a little selfish, but since that Nottingham Forest game, really the second half versus Nottingham Forest and the game against Liverpool, I thought he's looked incredible. So I'm not going to say you should drop Mudryk, but I wouldn't be disappointed if Neto did start over Mudryk. Neto looked great. He was constantly beating his man, constantly getting good crosses into the box. He gets an assist for Mudryk's goal. He was just constantly a threat, terrorizing that right side. And even dropping back and defending, he was always dropping back every time to help out Disasi as the right back. So now it seems like we have 2 very, very good wingers that are competing for that right wing spot. Both are incredible on the ball. Both are incredible at attacking. Both are incredible at dropping back and defending. So that's a good problem to have. You have 2 extremely good right wings. That's a great problem to have. So overall, I'm super happy with what I'm seeing. We're first in the Conference League table. We really should be going on and winning this. And like I said, Enzo Maresca has just completely changed this team, and I'm so excited for the rest of the season. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll have my match preview for the Newcastle game out shortly after that, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time.